Hi, Miri.
Hi, Neota.
Welcome to,
How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you. Welcome to 2023.
Oh, yeah, 2023. So let's start it right, talking about kids and ADHD. I think it's a very hot topic and how hypnosis can help them with
Absolutely. Kids with
feeling more empowered.
ADHD. Yeah, yeah. The struggles that they internally experience dealing with their ADHD and then the way that that reverberates outside of them into their environment. And so it affects from the inside of them to the outside environment in their homes and in their schools and in the playground and all of the ways that presents itself and all of the ways that we can help them.
Absolutely. And so what I notice a lot with kids who come to see me with ADHD, who experience ADHD or diagnosed with ADHD, and even those who aren't diagnosed, but they show and the symptoms of ADHD,
Yeah,
um, is that most of the time they hear the word no, don't do
right.
this.
Yeah,
They feel like they are not good enough. They feel their disappointment. They feel they can never be successful. And this kind of feeling that is accompany them all the time
yeah.
is is really heavy and negative, and there is a way, I believe, to change it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We can help people in the hypnotic state. We can help them in the moment feel a sense of calm and relief, and we can help them do some subtle and gentle program changes in their brain waves that are lasting beyond the session. So it's so rewarding to work with the kids with ADHD and have them experience just that sense of relief, that sense of hope, and the ongoing effect that we can put inside of them. So, why don't you introduce yourself in case somebody's watching us for the first time?
Sure, so let's do it quickly. I'm Miri Malkin. I'm a hypnotherapist and a coach. I'm in Vancouver, BC, Canada. I work with um, my clients online and in person in my office. And back to you.
I'm Neota, and I'm a clinical hypnotherapist in Nanaimo, BC. I see clients in person at Vancouver Island therapy offices, and like Miri, I see clients online. Globally, we can see people, so we can help anyone anywhere in the world as long as we have a network connection. And about the two of us, Miri and I went to school together to become clinical hypnotherapists. That's where we met for the first time, and our mutual respect and friendship was instant and ongoing. And even within our practices, we've kind of gone with different specialties or our different ideal client or niche has been diversified between us, but our actual love and respect for hypnotic healing and all things that we can achieve, we've never lost contact. We continue to support and communicate with each other, and that's led us to this.
Yeah.
So
And one of the beautiful things that we both do is working with kids.
yes,
And
yeah,
we talked about it last time as well, but when we work with a child, we're not only working with the child themselves, or working with the entire family, with the parents, right? Because
yep,
it's not enough to have a session once a week in the office or online. It's what happens between sessions. So what we see is that ADHD is one of the leading reasons why we see people, why we see
yes.
kids, sorry. And with ADHD, let's talk about what comes with ADHD. So anxiety,
Yep.
big one.
Big one is anxiety, and like you said, the self criticism
Yeah.
The constant self-criticism that people with we're talking about kids, but I just want to say ADHD is a prevalent thing that is being diagnosed more and more, even in adults. And when we work with children, we work with them and the way that they are in their families and their societies. So the benefits from working with kids is huge.
Huge.
But interestingly, when we work with adults, we work with the inner child. So it's
Yes.
so this is just but leapfrogging that step. You don't have to wait till you're an adult to heal these things. We can do it fast and furious with the youth. So the self-criticism and
self-worth.
Adult. Sorry?
Self-worth as well.
Self-worth, indeed. Indeed. And these things are the adults with ADHD are resonating as we're saying these things. They're like, yes, and imagine, well, you already know what it's like to have experienced these things as a child, and we can help them release it. We can help them out of it, like reach in and pull them up and out of it by using hypnosis and hypnotherapy and helping them reprogram some of their thoughts and emotions.
So I just want to emphasize, we're not eliminating ADHD. We're helping him to channel the creativity and the focus in a way that is helpful for them.
Right. We can help them turn down the outside noise in the moment. We can give them tips and tricks to help them manage when something is getting out of their control, when their ADHD is beginning to ramp up to an unmanageable state. We can help them identify the triggers and the what's the word I'm looking for? The oh my gosh, Miri, what is it? When you start to realize that things are coming out of control, when you start to feel that emotion that is getting too big, we can help them recognize that the signal and regulate it.
Yeah. And another thing is, while we are doing it, and it's really with kids, it's quite a short process, but still a process. We can also, alongside with ADHD, we are working on anxiety. And once they can self-regulate, their self-worth, their self-esteem is going up, and their self-criticism is going down. Communication is better. They perceive themselves as, as good kids, because they are good kids.
Of course.
And
to play your strength.
Yeah.
To compensate for the weaknesses and to play your strengths, to be able to reframe your own self-disposition about what is happening and how to reposition it so that you're in control of your emotions. They're not in control of you.
Yeah. And I think it's important because it comes as early as, as 3 for some kids.
Yeah.
And to say that I'm not working with young age as 3, but in that case, we would work with their parents.
Yeah.
But at the age of 3, when, when they have a story time and the teacher is sending them to stand outside because they are interfering instead of finding ways to include them.
Right.
And from very early on, they find themselves out of the community in a way.
That's right. They're being isolated. They're being ostracized or singled out. And then they start immediately to feel that there's something wrong with me. I'm different. This is bad. Instead of thinking, I have a unique personality and I can use these skills and these traits that I possess in a positive way and make them into my superpower, turn these things into strengths.
And, it's like, I love working with kids who have ADHD because they are so creative.
Right.
They have the best ideas.
Yes.
And they're so kind. And it's amazing. It's amazing that once you give them once you see them, once you hear them, oh my God,
I
they
know.
are the best. I'm not
And
saying that
so,
other kids not, but they like are
no, but
so amazing.
it's the way of finding that the unique quality and
Yeah,
allowing it instead of trying to discipline it out of them or to shush it, to find a channel to live with it, to steer into the swerve, right? To
yeah,
reframe it so that it is their specific thing. That is their superpower. And superpowers can't be out all the time. They have to be, you know, planned or negotiated or stored up for that special event, right? They can't be constantly on. And to help the kids be able to make those decisions, to recognize the signals and to how to use it, when to let it go and when to, maybe modify it, or but not because it's bad, just because this isn't the right moment for it, or
yeah,
helping them develop those skills about reading the room, or how their superpower can make this situation better, or
yeah.
when sometimes it's somebody else's superpower turn, to help them develop those skills.
There is Dr. Bruce Lipton, and
Yes.
I hear him all the time and I listen to him. And what he says is that until up to the age of 7, we are creating the programming that are
Yes.
running later on, they're running our lives. So
Yes.
if we can learn to change this programming before the age of 7, if we are
Yes.
more aware of those programming that we are now instilling in our kids' mind,
Yes.
then, yes, they have ADHD, but it's part of them. It's not who they are.
That's
And
right. It
and
doesn't define them.
yeah, and then how when working with kids, with teenagers, how we can change the programming if there is programming that is
Yeah,
not benefiting them. So
that's
how we
right.
can change this programming and create something else for them to run and to play in their mind as if it was a um, hard drive that you just,
Yeah,
press
that's right.
play. And what is running in their mind then after we are playing, after we are changing the programming. And I think this is the most important. Once you are working with them, we are working with the parents to give them this awareness of what's happening in the mind, in the brain, and how
Yes.
it will play a big role if we are not doing anything about it for the rest of their life.
Right. Right. Exactly. Exactly. To get to these things early
Mhm.
when they're still being, reconfigured, and to be able to settle it and to sort it out into a modified, or like an empowered
Yeah.
presentation. It's so
And,
wonderful.
and to just to add to that, once the parents are on board, and of course they are because they brought the child, but once they are aware of more processes that are happening in the mind, in the brain, they can also bring the teacher on board and
Absolutely.
educate the teacher. I
Yeah.
love working with teachers as well. I happen to work with some of them, and I think it's fantastic because they learn tools and skills and how to work with kids. Because for a teacher who's having like 25 kids in the
Right.
class, and let's say half of them have ADHD, and so many of them have anxiety, and other just ADD, and some other issues or learning challenges, to have
Yeah.
skills
Yeah.
to be able to give something and share with the kids in
Yeah.
class. So it's not something that you need to memorize or you need to do as instructed, and be more
Right.
playful and flexible. I think this is fantastic. And it's not helpful only for the children themselves, it's also helpful for the the environment and for the teacher.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It, you know, humaning is a team sport. So the more that we are able to be in an environment and, first of all, present ourselves with our strengths, but also be in an environment where we can allow others to be themselves, without criticism or without trying to discipline their behavior or their personality out of them. When we can all fit into this thing better, playing our strengths, compensating for the weaknesses from the earliest of ages, the more successful and more happy. And when you're more happy, the more healthy you are. So it's just the benefits of it are phenomenal
Yeah.
right from the very beginning.
Yeah. So let's just wrap up this one and
Yeah.
invite the parents who want to share what their experience with ADHD and their child's ADHD
Yeah.
in school, at home, how it impacted the family and their social life as well. And you are welcome to share with us in the comments here. You are welcome to just contact us. We have the contact information down below.
Yeah.
And we would love to hear from you. And if you can benefit from this channel and get more information, just please subscribe and wait for more videos because we are making them all the time.
That's
And
right.
so thank you very much. And
Yes.
looking forward for our next one and to hearing from you mostly.
Yes.
Thanks. Bye, Neota, for now. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Miri. Bye, everyone.